Hello, everyone. Michele Crosmer here with Dr. Hashmi and Plant-Based Kidney Health. And our question and topic today is, what supplements should people with kidney disease avoid or potentially avoid?
Yeah, these are excellent questions. As you know, when it comes to kidney disease, there's very few randomized clinical trials available. So what I talk about today is really based on case studies and case reports of people having adverse reactions. So there's a number of supplements we're going to go through. In general, whenever you have a question, you really want to talk to your care team. We really emphasize switching towards more whole foods instead of using supplements. So first one, cat's claw. Now, cat's claw is used mostly for things like inflammation going on. Some people with GI stuff will take cat's claw, but the reported cases have things like acute interstitial nephritis, which is essentially inflammation going on inside the kidney. So from our perspective, it's something that we don't recommend. Chaparral is another one that's sometimes used as an antibiotic or is sometimes used more as an anti-inflammatory. And what was interesting in the case report that I read on this one was it was linked to a case of cystic disease, that meaning cysts forming inside the kidneys that resulted in renal cell cancer going on. So another one that we don't recommend. Chromium, which was very, very popular for a while going on because of its claim to fame being weight loss. By the way, chromium doesn't do much for weight loss. It was also noted for improving sugars and lipids. All three of those things it really wasn't that good on, but it can definitely cause kidney injury, and that was called acute tubular necrosis as seen on biopsy. So chromium is another one we don't talk about. Now, something a lot of people take is cranberry extract. Now, cranberry extract is controversial because some studies say it can help prevent urinary tract infections. Others say it can't. But if you have a history of recurrent kidney stones, especially if you have ones that are calcium oxalate, then you may want to minimize cranberries because of the risk of putting too much oxalate going through your urine, leading to kidney stones. So that's another one. Now, ephedra is one that's really gone off the market going on, but a lot of supplements still use ephedra because if you look at stimulants or over-the-counter weight loss agents, they will have some kind of stimulant in them. The stuff that you want to be aware of is if you have risk for kidney stones, it can make you dehydrated, increase the risk for kidney stones going on. It's the same thing with just about all of the other stimulants that are there. Germanium is another supplement. Now, germanium is something of an anti-inflammatory too. Same exact thing in terms of kidney damages. It can affect your tubules. It can actually cause your tubules to atrophy. So it's something that we definitely don't recommend. We did a whole episode talking about licorice, so we won't go into here, but the thing to note about licorice is if you take a lot of it, it can cause you to waste a lot of potassium, and it can lead to things like severe low potassium that can cause your muscles to start breaking apart. Licorice has been used for all sorts of things, but a lot of it is GI stuff or inflammatory stuff or inflammation going on. So you want to know that. With lysine, now lysine has been touted to be antiviral, to help with wound healing going on, but lysine can also cause this nephritis or inflammation inside the kidneys going on, and that's something that you want to know about. And it can also cause something called Fanconi syndrome, which we're going to do an entire video on, so stay tuned because that's coming up as well going on. Now, other stuff, there's some things on here that I haven't heard so much, but for example, pennyroyal. Pennyroyal is interesting because it's used as a stimulant for menstrual cycle in women going on. But what's interesting is it can actually damage the kidneys pretty severely and cause acute tubular necrosis. If you have liver problems, then it can exacerbate the liver kidney syndrome, which we call hepatorenal syndrome going on. And then willow bark is another one that's anti-inflammatory, also can damage the kidneys going on. And willow bark is linked to what we call analgesic nephropathy, which basically means you only find it on kidney biopsies where the kidneys are slowly getting worse. So there you have it. Those are a lot of the simple ones. Now, there's one that people still use in the male side, which is Yohimbe. Be careful with Yohimbe because when it comes to if you're already prone to kidney disease and you have a history of autoimmune conditions in your family, Yohimbe has been linked with lupus, with kidney function, which we call lupus nephritis going on. All right, so that's a long list of stuff, but you can reference this video again and again. You can watch it again to make sure that the supplement you're thinking about is not listed. And then the last thing is, don't forget the heavy metals: lead, mercury, cadmium, lead, mercury, cadmium, arsenic. Those are the things that are often found in supplements because they're not labeled as much. And when you get heavy metals in your body, we can't really get them out, especially when they get stuck in the kidney. So it's always better, as Michele always talks about food, it's always better to rely on foods. With that, thanks so much, guys, and we will see you next time.